The first thing that comes to my mind when someone says Halloween is witches. For those of you who like Halloween, know exactly what I'm referring to. Hetty Green is and was to this day the Witch of Wall Street, and probably all of you have never heard of her. As Halloween being one of my favorite holidays, Hetty Green made my love for Halloween grow. I will give you some background about Hetty's early life, later life, and why she was and is still important to this day. Let's first explore the background of Hetty's early life. Hetty's life began when she was born. She was born on November 21st, 1834, and died on July 3rd, 1916. Her real name is Henrietta Howland Robinson. Her family members were Quakers and owned a large whaling fleet and also profited from the China trade. When she was 2, she was sent to live with her grandfather. She was very close to her father because when she was younger, her mother fell ill. When she turned 10 years old, she entered Elijah Wing's boarding school in Sandwich, Massachusetts. At the age of 13, she became the family bookkeeper. When she was 15, she enrolled in 2 summer sessions at the Friends Academy. She also attended Anna Cabot Low's finishing school and appeared as a New Bradford debutante in 1854 before moving to New York to live with a cousin of her mother's. Now that you know more about Hetty's early life, let's examine the background of her later life. Hetty's later years began when she met and got married to her husband. At the age of 33, Hetty married Edward Henry Green, a member of a wealthy Vermont family. They moved to his home in Manhattan. When Hetty's cousins tried to have her indicted for forgery, the couple moved to London, where they lived in the Langham Hotel. Their son Ned was born on August 23rd, 1868, and their daughter Sylvia was born on January 7th, 1871. She was an American businesswoman and financier. Green did much of her work at the Seaboard National Bank in New York, surrounded by trunks and suitcases full of her papers because she did not want to rent her own office. She was alive during the Gilded Age, and she was known as the richest woman in America. Hetty got the nickname Witch of Wall Street because she was really good at her job of bookkeeping, and people thought she was doing a very excellent job, so well that they called her a witch. It was said in the New York Times that it was the fact that Mrs. Green was a woman that made her career the subject of endless curiosity. Now that you know the background of Hetty's later years, I'll tell you why she was and is still important to this day. Hetty was and is still a very important person. She did many jobs for many people. Her main job was bookkeeping for her father and others. On June 8, 2009, a Woman of Wall Street exhibit opened, honoring 5 women who impacted the world of finance. The exhibit highlighted personal characteristics that enabled each woman to succeed in a time when finance was almost exclusively dominated by men. Most importantly, Hetty was America's first female tycoon. She attained notoriety as the Witch of Wall Street and control of hundreds of millions invested in mines and mortgages, government and incorporated bonds, railroads, and real estate. Green's thriftiness was legendary, and her business acumen and sharp practices were and are still legendary. Now you know why Hetty was and is so important to this day. Even if Halloween is not one of your favorite holidays, hopefully you can understand why Hetty was named the Witch of Wall Street. Now you know the background of Hetty Green's early and later life and why she is so important. From the words of Hetty herself, a good businesswoman is often sharper than a good businessman.